So this video is your homework assignment to help you get better results faster. But first, I want you to clearly understand that your body is an absolute miracle that is capable of adaptation beyond your wildest expectations. But you can't do what you won't do. That said, every time you refuse, every time you fail, you reinforce your expectation that success isn't possible. On the other hand, every time you do something, you facilitate your ability to do the same thing the next time, only better or faster or deeper or stronger. And in my 25 years of experience as a chiropractor, helping thousands of people reclaim their health, I have seen and experienced miracles that always begin with a person's willingness to start, to make the changes with patience, faith, but also with anticipation, expectation, but always with a deliberate recognition of what they are capable of right now. Next, I want to emphasize that you shouldn't ever feel like you need to suffer to succeed. As long as you can continue, as long as you can do, then you will adapt to what you are doing and you will progress. This understanding, perspective, and attitude, along with regular chiropractic care here in the office to help unlock your spine and free your nervous system to function at its optimal extent, is the process for realizing the healthy life that you deserve. So let's start with a little preparation. You need only do this once initially, and then do an occasional check-in when you intuitively feel that you need to. Once you have done this, the result will be incorporated into your daily routine, which we'll go into in a few minutes. I want you to ask yourself 3 really important questions. As you do this, it's helpful to write them down and review that note for the first few days until it's clear and easily comes to mind from day to day. Question number 1, what do I want to change in my body and in my health? Now, it's important when you answer this question, don't focus on what you don't want. Like, I want to get rid of my back pain. I want to lose 30 pounds of fat. I want my headaches to go away. Or any other things that are bothering you and that you want out of your life. Instead, write down what you want more of. Write down what you like to see in your life. Like, I want to be more flexible. I want to be stronger. I want to have more energy and endurance. Or maybe it's I want to be more patient and pleasant with my spouse and kids. I want to be able to focus more. I want to sleep better. Now, let's go to this question number 2. I want you to write down the activities that you may have been holding yourself back from doing because of your limitations, or something that you used to do but don't anymore because you don't think you can or should. What do I really want to get back to doing when I'm feeling more able to do it? Maybe you'd like to start hiking again. Maybe you used to surf. Or perhaps you've been too afraid to travel and you want to be able to do more of that. Write down what you want to do, even if it's playing with your grandkids. But write down what you want to do when you realize more robust health. And question 3, when I am able to do that again, how is that going to feel? Now, this is the most important question. What I want you to get down, what I want you to capture is what emotional response will I experience? Will it be joy, gratitude, excitement for what lays ahead tomorrow, next month, or next year? Your mind is extremely powerful, and your body's ability to change, to grow, and adapt, as I said earlier, is miraculous. Next, we're going to go through some daily exercise homework that won't take a lot of time, but your answers to these questions will be critically important in realizing your better results faster. The first thing I want you to do is some warm-up active range of motion exercises, specifically for the neck and for the low back. So we're going to start with the neck, and when you do this, what I want you to do is just stay within your pain-free range. If you get to a point where it's painful, just stay short of that, right? But the important thing is that you do them every single day within your pain-free range. And what you'll find is over time, the more you do it, the more your body will adapt around that. And again, the miraculous adaptive abilities of your body will allow you to increase your range so that you can become more functionally operative every single day. Okay, it'll take time, but this is the fastest way to get there. So the first thing I want you to do is do chin to chest. And so you're just going to bring your chin to your chest, and you're going to hold it there for just a few seconds and come back up. And then you're going to take your head, and you're going to go extend your head back. And in essence, what we're doing here is we're looking up at the ceiling. So from down at the floor with your chin to your chest to up to the ceiling, where you keep yourself in that position for a few seconds each way. Now, if I do it from the side, you can see what I'm doing. Bringing my chin down and bringing my head back to where I'm looking straight up, ideally. And again, just stay within your pain-free range. Now, from those simple flexion extension, now we're going to do a rotation. We're going to rotate all the way one way, and then rotate all the way the other way. And then we're going to probably repeat that a couple of times. You just want to make sure that you're getting to either the maximum possible position or the position just short of where it's uncomfortable. And then I'm going to have you do lateral flexion. Now you'll notice when I rotated, I didn't tilt my head forward or back. When I went forward and back, I didn't go to the side to side. So all of these are pure ranges, pure motions. So it was strictly flexion, extension, rotation, rotation, and now we're going to laterally flex. Laterally flex to the right, and laterally flex to the left. And again, you can repeat these as much as you think are helpful. And if you get any clicks and pops, I don't want you to worry about that. That's just your body allowing for normal motion and normal release, which is all really good stuff. All right, so now we're going to look at the low back version of this, and it's very similar. I'm just going to point this down a little bit. And in the low back version of it, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you're, well, it's not imagine, just put your hands on your thighs on the front, and I want you to just slide them down as far as you can go, but without tilting your hips. So I don't want you to bending at the hip. It's all going to happen right here. So we're going to bend down, bend down, bend down. So it's all in the lumbar spine. That's about as far as I can go. So once you find that limit, come back up. All right, excellent. And then you can go to your back of your thighs and do the same thing here. Now, what helps here to prevent you from leaning back, which you don't want to do, what helps here is as you go back, imagine that you're pointing your chest to the ceiling. So you're going to extend back, and point your chest to the ceiling. Because what you want is all of that extension to happen right here in the lumbar spine. So we're going to come all the way back, and then all the way back up. All right. And then just as we did with the neck, we're going to hold our position here, and then we're going to rotate our shoulders so that the rotation is really strictly here. And the interesting thing about the rib cage is it doesn't really allow a whole lot of rotation for the rib cage. Kind of keeps it all in one unit mostly. So if you just hold that and just think of your shoulders as rotating while keeping your hips in the same position, that will be a pretty good pure rotation of the lumbar spine. So, and again, I'll show you from the side. So, rotate to the side, and then rotate to the other side. All right, and then from now we're going to do the lateral flexion version of it. And so here we're going to bring our arm up, and then just slide our hand down the side of the thigh. Okay, and so we don't want to go like that, where we're shifting the hips out. What we want to do is just keep the hips right where they are and just slide down the thigh like that. So it's a pure lateral flexion, right? And then we come over here and we do the same thing over here. All right. So that is a good warm-up for what we're going to do next. And so now we're going to break to our regular floor exercises. So I'm going to lower this down to the floor, and I'll demonstrate the floor exercises that you'll do next. Hey there, thanks for meeting me here. I'm going to demonstrate the floor exercises for you now. So there's several exercises. The first one is the cat-cow. So what I want you to do is get on all fours like this. All right. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to switch back and forth between a position of a angry cat to a swayback cow. Angry cat, swayback cow. So we're going to repeat that 15 times, right? Just from here to there. And you can just do this and just go through 15 of these, and that's all you really need to do. Now, the next one is from the same position, we're going to do the look back dog. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this shoulder and we're going to move it closer to this hip while we are moving our head and looking back at our tail, our dog's tail. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back this way, and we're going to look, and then we're going to come forward. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. All right? So we'll just do that back and forth. Do that 15 times, okay? And then next we're going to do a bridge exercise. And the idea of the bridge exercise is we're going to be on our back. That's a supine position. And we're going to have our feet just under our knees. And we're going to raise our hips until from the shoulder to the knee is as flat as we can get. So I'm going to lay back here in this position. All right. And then from this position, I am going to lift and go back down. So we're going to repeat that 15 times. And that's the bridge exercise. See, none of these are really hard. But if we do them consistently, we're going to facilitate the changes that we're trying to accomplish in the office. Now, the last one is well, for me, you know, I'm 62. It was a little challenging as I decided I was going to incorporate these. Of course, I'm going to do them myself, and I can appreciate that it takes a little time to get to where you can do these comfortably. But again, just stay within your pain-free range. There's no Rome was not built in a day, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate leaning back on my hands. I've got my feet, my knees at 90 degrees, my feet apart, and I'm just going to internally rotate my this knee, and I'm going to externally rotate, or this hip rather, and externally rotate this one. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to touch the floor with this knee, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to touch that. And as you do this, what I want you to do is relax the low back, let it do whatever it's going to do. You're going to be leaning back on your hands, so it's not real hard, but what I want you to do is I want you to do 20 of these, because we want that hip mobility, and we want the low back mobilization that happens with it as well. All right? All right, so that is what we call windshield wipers. So the windshield wiper exercise, another really important one. Now, from here, we're going to go to breathing exercises. And I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but there's an exercise called box breathing, where you inhale for 2 seconds, you hold for 2 seconds, you exhale for 2 seconds, and you hold it out for 2 seconds before you inhale again, and you repeat that. It's a relaxation technique. We're going to do something very similar, but what our intention is to bias towards a parasympathetic state. And so one of the things that we're trying to counter, we're trying to retrain you to be, instead of being a mouth breather, a chest breather, we're trying to train you to do more nose breathing and belly breathing. If you look at the little kids, they intuitively, inherently belly breathe. They breathe through their stomach because they're relaxed. They got no tension, no issues. They're not putting on airs, right? We get into our teens and then in our adulthood, all the stresses and everything else, we end up mouth breathing, we end up doing a lot of chest breathing, and that actually facilitates a sympathetic fight, fright, and flight state. So what we want to do is we want to reverse that. We want to train you back to be a belly breather, to be a nose breather, and not a mouth breather. So what we're going to do, instead of a simple box, what we're going to do is extend the exhale portion of that. We're going to double the time that we spend on the other three sides of the box. So it's not quite a box, more of a trapezoid, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale for 2 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, exhale half as fast, and then hold it out for 2 seconds, and then repeat that. So basically 2, 2, 4, 2. 2, 2, 4, 2. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll demonstrate it for you. But when you do it, what I want you to do is I want you to put your hands on your, just below your ribs, on your abdomen, and you want to focus on breathing in a way that pushes your hands away, that pushes your hands out. That helps you understand and familiarize yourself with what belly breathing really is and how it feels. So if you focus on that'll keep you from doing the normal chest breathing. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that again. All right, so now from this position then, we want to go right into our visualization. Now those 3 questions that we asked you earlier about what you want, what you desire in terms of changes for your health, for your body, and then what you want to get back to doing once you're feeling better and feeling more able, and then finally how that's going to make you feel. I want you to spend a few minutes breathing normally after doing those exercises, and go through those in your mind. That's the start of your day. That's how you want to start your day, is looking forward to some positive changes in your body and in your life. Okay, and looking forward to something that you can anticipate in terms of a positive emotional future. All right, so I'm just going to have you relax back, and again, if you can lay with your legs extended, you can lay with your legs bent like I had them. You can sit, you can stand, whatever is most comfortable for you is fine. But really, I just want you to breathe normally and just spend a few minutes just anticipating what it is that you're working towards, what it is that you're going to achieve in terms of your own physical changes, and how that's going to affect your day-to-day life, what you can do, and what the emotional attachment is going to be, what you're going to realize in terms of your emotional response to those changes in your life. And then, once you've done that, I just want to recap on the fact that your body is amazing. It is adaptive. It will change based on the environment that you put it in, as well as a mental environment and physical changes and physical loads. These will all facilitate your care here in the office so that you will get better results faster if you'll do this homework at home. And then if you have any questions, by all means, send me an email or leave me a voicemail or send me a message through the Jane app. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, any clarifications. I'll do everything I can to open that window for you and let you realize the benefits that you deserve. All right? Thank you for spending the time with me, and I look forward to seeing you soon.